Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Friday SEO tip this week. My name is Daniel Burns. I am doing the Friday SEO tip today because our fierce leader, Chris Raulf, is hiking Mount Kilimanjaro, and he's probably somewhere up there by now. So we wish him best of luck in achieving the summit. But in the meantime, I wanted to share with you guys something that I think is extremely interesting, which is optimizing for SGE. SGE stands for Search Generative Experience. Now, many of you might be thinking, what is SGE? And in full transparency, I get confused all the time because this is a world and an industry of acronyms. And we have so many more acronyms that have just showed up. And to be fully transparent, they are a little bit confusing. So the best way to truly understand how to best optimize for SGE, let's first understand what SGE is. And the best way to do that is to compare what is the difference between SEO, SGE, and GEO. So SEO. SEO is the one thing that we've all been very used to for decades. Search engine optimization. It's the old strategy for getting your website to rank higher in traditional search results. These are the classic blue links that we were all very used to and very dependent on for a very long time. You optimize your website with quality content, keywords, and links to provide the search engines that you value. The goal is to drive more traffic to your website by earning a top spot in the rankings. What does SEO look like? Well, as we all know, this is what the goal had always been, is to show up higher and higher on search results when somebody made a search. Obviously, you have the sponsored on the top, then you have the people also ask, along with some organic results. Then the second one is SGE. What is SGE? SGE is actually Search Generative Experience, which is a Google product. SGE is the new Google AI-powered feature that provides a conversational AI overview at the top of search result pages. It uses generative AI to synthesize the information from various websites, and it'll directly answer a user's question, often with links to the original source. SGE changes search now by providing a summary so users might get their answers without clicking on a website. What does that look like? Well, it looks like this, right? And I think a lot of you have seen this, where you do a specific search, and instead of showing you the Google search results, Google is showing you the AI overview. Now, why has this been completely and utterly disruptive to the SEO world? For two reasons. As we get more and more AI overview results on the Google result page, a lot of users are getting their responses that they need from here, and they don't necessarily need to go and click on websites to find that result. And number two, this is another element that's being placed on top of search results, other than the videos, other than the paid ads, other than a lot of other things, that the old Google search results, organic search results, are getting pushed lower and lower, bottom of page one, sometimes pages two. So this is one of the main causes for what we talk about, the great decoupling, right? The great decoupling is, as an SEO agency, we're still doing a lot of work that we see, impressions for a website going up tremendously, but instead of clicks going up like they used to before, clicks are going down, or maybe sometimes staying at the same level. Why is that? This is one of the main reasons, right? Because Google is trying to by offering this, prevent visitors or people that are making searches from going to these websites. They're trying to provide the website with, they're trying to provide the users with the actual answers. So that's why optimizing for SGE is so important and a big focus of what we do, right? Now, the third acronym, what is GEO? GEO stands for Generative Engine Optimization. Different than SGE, GEO is a strategy, right? GEO is the modern marketing strategy, not the same old SEO campaign strategies that have been done by agencies for a long time. GEO is a modern marketing strategy that focuses on getting your content cited on AI-generated summaries, like the SGE that I just showed you, but also other AI agents. Unlike traditional SEO, which aims to top rank The goal of GEO is to ensure that your content is recognized by an AI as the most authoritative source. This involves creating well-structured, high-quality content that is easy for the AI to understand and reference. So GEO is the marketing strategy that we use now to make sure that your content is not only showing up in AI overview, which is the Google AI experience, but in every other AI agent that is out there that is looking for good quality content that it's going to answer users' questions. So now that we know the difference between SEO, SGE, and GEO, here comes the tips on how to best create content to make sure that you're showing up not just in SGE, not just in the Google AI overview, but other AI agents as well. Tip number one, and this is by far the most important foundational thing that every brand and every business needs to have, which is to build and have a high EEAT score. When we're working with a website that has a very high EEAT score, any content that we produce immediately ranks higher, immediately gets picked up by AI agents. When we work with a new website, let's say a website that just got launched, this website doesn't have as much EEAT, that content is going to have a much harder time and it's going to take a lot longer to actually rank higher. So what is EEAT? Experience. Show that you have firsthand experience with the topics that you're talking about. Number two, expertise. Demonstrate your knowledge through credentials and unique insights. Number four, authoritativeness. You have to earn the reputation as a trusted voice in your field. And the fourth, trustworthiness. You need to build trust with accurate, factual, and up-to-date content. EEAT by far is the one most important thing. There's other Friday SEO tips and podcasts that Chris has done. We've done webinars on techniques and things that you can do to start building your EAT. But this is by far the most important thing. Continually do what you're doing. As an example, this Friday SEO tip that's going out today, this is one way that we work on building our own EEAT score. Tip number two, create the content to be a top source for AI. What does that mean? Well, you can structure the content in kind of a Q&A style, making sure that the content has, it's answering common questions directly and concisely, right? Because a lot of the information and the questions that are being put into the AI agents are essentially Q&As, right? They're the questions that we need to provide the answers to. The other way is to really create a dedicated frequently asked question FAQ section on the bottom of the pages that, again, summarizes the content in direct questions and answer format, right? AI love that, right? Because that is essentially the way that they need to produce their answers and their information. So if you're creating that in that format already, it's already making it very easy for them to like you and pick that information up. Number three, anticipate what your customers will ask and answer those questions in the content. Again, the content being the top of the page where you're putting it into a sentence, paragraph format, but also in a frequently asked questions below the page. This makes it easy for AI to find and use your information. One of the best practices that we're doing in the agency now is really for every single page that we create, we try, when applicable, to do a frequently asked questions below that page as well. Tip number three, extremely important, use schema, markup language to help AI. What is schema? Well, it's a type of code that we put on the back of your website to help search engines understand your content. There's all kinds of schema, right? There's an author schema, there's a company schema, there's a location schema, but the one specifically here, all schema is important, but the one that I'm referring to here that's very important is specifically the frequently asked questions schema. Make sure that you mark your Q&A section, either the frequently asked questions functionality on the bottom or the text itself on the top. This code is going to tell AI exactly what the questions and answers are, making them easy to understand what you're doing, what you're providing. This is almost like a direct line to the AI, helping it recognize and use your content as a trusted source. Tip number four, think multimodal. What does that mean? Well, AI is getting smarter and it can understand more than just text. To stand out, what you really can add is high quality images and infographics to your content. Make sure to use descriptive alt text and explain what the images is all about, and embedding videos and other media to provide a more complete answer. AI can pull information from all of these, giving you more opportunities to be excited. Also, when it comes to Google rankings, Google loves pages that not only just have text but have a lot of other of these multimodal assets, because it makes it a much easier and much enjoyable page for users to consume. So the user experience increases when you add these as well, right? The big payoff is that you're going to ride the trend by focusing on clarity, authority, and proper formatting. You make all of this content AI friendly. This puts you in a position to be featured as a cited source in AI overviews and AI agents. You'll be riding the wave of the future rather than just working on outdated SEO tactics like we all did for many, many years before this new era. And unfortunately, a lot of SEO agencies are still doing the old SEO tactics that they did before. So it's extremely important that if you work with an SEO agency, you find somebody who's really riding this new trend. And if you're working on your new SEO agency, if you're working with your own SEO for your brand, this is something that is important that you're taking on and implementing as part of your strategy. Most important, look for ways to improve your EEAT and structure your content. EEAT by far the most important thing, and in my understanding, it's going to become even more and more and more important as we continue to move forward. So that summarizes my Friday SEO tip for today. I hope you've learned something. Like always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and have a great weekend, everyone.